A Jmix exclusive.
Hello everyone, it's Jmix here with TupacNation.net. And this installment is part 3 of my interview with Mr. Tony Green. Tony Green is a legendary bass player who spans genres of music, who has played with some of the greats, including Dr. Dre, Corrupt, Snoop Dogg, Tupac, and many more. In this part of the interview, we're going to get deep into it. We're going to talk about people getting slapped around at death row, California Love being a leftover song, and Mr. Green's falling out with Suge Knight. So without any further ado, here's part 3 of my exclusive, I'm sorry, my interview with Mr. Tony Green. Tony, there's a rumor that Dr. Dre was unhappy with Tupac being on California Love. Is that true?
I didn't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know too much about when the Tupac situation came because I started being fizzled away a little bit before he really got. I was around, but I didn't do nothing with him. I never really liked his demeanor, but I don't like nobody that come in 1 minute loving everybody and then the next minute, just jumping on the bandwagon of hating somebody. First it was, give me that bomb beat from Dre and let me serenade the streets of L.A. And next thing it was Dre's a faggot. I mean, I don't like people that do that, man. So, I wasn't around in the Tupac situation too much.
To your knowledge, was there ever an outward beef between the two rappers?
I couldn't tell if it was a beef or more so that Tupac just was hanging more with Suge, so I think he was just jumping on the Suge bandwagon. I mean, it was probably easier for him to get all the things he wanted, but I never seen signs of a beef because by then, like I said, I started being on the outside looking in, and I started doing more stuff for Warren G than, Dre kind of laid us all off. So I just went and just started doing all the Warren stuff, went overseas with him on 3 90-day tours. But, I don't know if it was a beef to say for sure because I was kind of like kept out of the middle of things like that. And Dre kept a poker face. If he was getting slapped around, which later on I heard he was too, I never knew it. So, I never seen him storm out of the studio or nothing or say, hey, fuck all of this,
But that kind of shit was going on at death row, right?
Yeah, a lot of stuff was happening and the guys was getting, like I said, to me, they started all turning on Dre. Dad started taking credit for everything that he produced. And the thing is, yeah, he produced some stuff, but it still took Dre's input to make all that stuff sound big. Dre was mixing it all, so even if he didn't produce it, he still mixed it and did the different sound effects and things. So it just started getting too, too unreal. I mean, all of a sudden what was love and everybody sitting around drinking gin and juice, then it started turning into nobody hanging out and, and everybody doing their own thing.
I have heard from several sources that people out of jealousy would say things in Suge Knight's ear to curry favor with him. Were people spreading rumors about you to Suge Knight?
Yeah, well, you figure this, too. A lot of people, I think, like even Butch at times and Simone, they got jealous of the love I was getting because I was showed tremendous love from Dre from the Bell. And then after I really started bringing in the musicians and saving the day with bass lines and making up bass lines and gin and juices and, just doing all kind of strong inputs that, the love that I was getting from all those guys, because I do the Dre stuff and then go right down the hall and put a bass line on for Daz and Corrupt and, so all the guys love me. So when you got that and you got people that's in the wings not getting that attention, yeah, sometimes they'll go above and beyond. So to be in Suge's ear, Simone, I couldn't believe her book, first of all. I mean, in the book, she don't say how she was starving to death and I brought her in because I felt sorry for her because we had been married for a long time and I really wouldn't have did nothing for her based on that. I did it strictly on the fact that I was living good and she wasn't living as good, and I cared about her. Just like Butch, when I came back and got Butch, he wasn't doing well at all. And I came back and got him and brought him out there. And whereas we damn near crawled out there, me and David Ruffin Jr., when we went, I ended up bringing these people in with money up in advance, you know what I mean? So they didn't have none of the struggles we had. So, you know, you get people that just want to be loved more, you know, instead of just being team players. I mean, it ain't no sense in being mad at T. Green for doing what he do. Just do what you do. That's what I wasn't mad at Chris DeGlove or Colin Wolf. I just did what I did. You know what I mean? People should just concentrate more on doing that kind of thing. All they did was fuck up a good thing, that's all.
Your ex-wife, Simone Green, has given an account of a brutal beating at the hands of Suge Knight. In your opinion, is this account accurate?
Well, she came over the day it happened and had her face all hid, and when she took the hat off, I said, God damn, what is that? And she said she had got jumped. But I was at the time, wasn't mad about it because I was like, well, they just gave you the ass kicking I wish I could have gave you for all of the shit you done for me and to me over the years. Because, like I said, we had been married for a long time, man, about 10 years. So Simone has put me in some trick bags over the years. So when I seen that, I was kind of happy that she got it, really, because I know how Simone is too, man. She didn't get her ass kicked for nothing. I tell you that. She did something, and Butch said she was involved with, it was a girl selling weed out of the office, and that made Suge mad because, you know, the FBI and all kind of people was always staring into death row, and he didn't need no little shit like somebody selling weed out of the office fucking everything up. So, you know, she played an innocent role, but Simone knew what she was doing. Then she tried to blame it on me. I mean, how you gonna get your ass kicked for me? They could have came to my house and got me, and it was paying my check. They knew my address. You know, I just knew how to stay out of trouble because I mind my own business.
Tony, may I ask what your take is on David Kenner?
I didn't really never know. I just knew David was, you know, the lawyer. I've seen him a couple of times, but never in no capacity. It's not like he ever spoke to me or anything, you know what I mean? So I didn't really know David Kenner like the people that was on salary. People that was on salary, you know, had more contact with him than I did because they had to do paperwork to him. I never really met David Kenner. I just knew, you know, I saw him around, but I didn't ever know him.
Is it true that you had a falling out with Suge Knight?
You know, I didn't know I had a falling out with him. What I was doing is, you know, back in the day, they would have 3-4 studios booked and nobody be in them. So Dre gave me one of the studios to record Lord G and CPO because I had produced them on Above the Rim, and they were going to probably sign them. They had signed, you know, had CPO signed, and they was going to sign Lord G. So they let me cut it at the studio that I used to cut, Skip Saylor Studio. And I was in there cutting, you know, just cutting and cutting, and Suge got mad that, you know, they looked at it like I was taking studio time. But what they didn't know is that Dre had told me to use that studio. And my thing is, only a dumbass would be sneaking and doing some stupid shit like that at Death Row, man. You'd have to be a complete idiot to be stealing studio time or in the studio you're not supposed to be. So, you know, they never really got to me like that because, you know, when you really ask around, a motherfucker would find out that I wasn't doing nothing underhandedly. Dre gave me Skip Saylor, because otherwise it was booked every day being paid for and wasn't nobody using it.
Once again, it's Jmix here. I want to thank everybody that listened to the interview. Got a couple more parts coming out here in just a day or so. And let me know what you think. Give me some feedback down here in the comment section, because I'm handing out an autographed copy of Tupac Conspiracy and Tupac Aftermath to one of my YouTube subs. Autographed by the producer and director, Mr. R.J. Bond. I want everybody to check out TupacNation.net and stay tuned for more of my interview with Mr. Tony Green. One love, everybody.
A Jmix exclusive. Whatever, shut up.